Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on wherever you are joining us from. Welcome to Meet the Coach. We are back again with an exciting episode, and today I have an amazing coach as guest. I'm really excited for our conversation today because you'll be amazed by the awesomeness of my guest today because they are really an expert of their field, and the kind of information that they have, I'm sure it's going to blow you away. But before I invite them and add them to the stream, if you can hear me, I request you to type hi or hashtag live. And if you are watching this on replay, please type hashtag replay. I also request you to share where are you guys joining us from, just to know where our audiences are joining us from. And I won't be taking too much of time, and I'll be inviting my guest. But the guest that I'm inviting today is more about, telling you or I mean, most of us, they have experienced traditional medicine, and at times we really struggle with finding the answers. And the guest today, I think they can help you if you are struggling and looking for another way. So I think my guest today is the right person for that. So without wasting any time, please allow me to introduce Miss Melissa Daly. Hey Melissa, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hi, Adil. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here.
Well, thank you so much for joining. I understand you have a very busy schedule, so I'm really glad that you agreed to be a part of this. So thank you so much.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Yeah. So without wasting any more time, am really excited for this interview. So can you please tell us a bit about yourself, that how you got started and what is it that you do?
Sure. So, this has been a journey for about the past 6 years because for the first 24 years of my career, I was in the corporate world and I worked in tourism in a hotel business, loved my job. And 6 years ago, big fish bought little fish, and I was let go, as were many of my other colleagues in the national sales office. And I was given an hour to clear out my desk and not even a word of thanks. And that's what hurt the most. And in that moment, I knew three things. I was never working for someone else again. Whatever I did next had to be more of service to, helping humanity and making the planet a better place in this second chance career. And thirdly, I had no idea what I was going to do, but I was open to being directed. And I was fortunate because after 24 years, I did get a package. So I had some time to figure out what that would be and allow myself to be guided. And later that year, I found and was introduced to a company that specialized in brain supplementation. And that was a bit of an aha right there because I realized I use my brain 24/7 and I've never been taught how to look after it. And I had a grandmother at the time who was 97 years old and fully cognitively functioning, living in her own home, looking after herself. And meanwhile, I knew that over here, there were many, many people struggling with Alzheimer's and dementia at near epidemic levels. And I wondered, what had my grandmother done correctly that these other people perhaps hadn't? And how did I get to grow up and be like my grandmother? Right. So I thought, well, supporting my brain with good nutrition might be a great place to start. But it also got me thinking about her life compared to my life. And how far behind the eight ball was I, right? She was born in Christchurch, New Zealand in 1916, bottom corner of the earth at a time where we didn't have nearly as many toxins as we have in our world today. And they grew all their own food on the property. So it was all organic and with nutrient rich soil. And I was raised in Tokyo, Japan in the 1970s. In the height of manufacturing plants spewing out toxins into the atmosphere. So I was exposed to all of this, right? So I realized, yeah, I am behind the eight ball. What more do I need to do for myself in order to get on the track that she was on and not on the track for Alzheimer's and dementia? So I started learning about the brain. I started learning about nutrition, and I started learning about Alzheimer's and dementia and the near epidemic rates and how tragic it is, how hard it is for the caregivers, how many people are struggling, and the forecasted rapid increase of even more people that would be in the future if we didn't change things. And I was learning about the toxic load on our body and the impact to our brain and our body. And that just had me realize I needed to do more for myself. So I started down that path using this brain supplementation, and it was really interesting because it also helped the brain detox. And I had really bad headaches for about the first 4 days, and I talked to the company about that, and they said it's a sign your brain is starting to detox. And after 4 days, the headaches went away. But what was also interesting is after about 2 weeks, I realized I haven't had a headache in 2 weeks. I haven't reached for the Tylenol on my desk that I was popping every day for milder headaches, but every day. And I haven't had to reach for that. And of course, we know when we feel bad, it takes us longer to notice when we feel good, right? So it had taken me like 2 weeks I just saw it and I went, wait, I haven't had that in a while. And I realized, well, wow, those toxins that were in my head that have been detoxed were triggering headaches. And now I'm not getting those headaches. That's amazing. And I don't have to, use Tylenol and be putting that in my body and causing damage to my liver, which I didn't even know was happening at the time. And so 4 months after that, my oldest daughter got a concussion in her first high school soccer game of the season. And she had just started using this brain supplementation. And of course, when the body's sick, good nutrition helps it heal. So I figured the same logic applied with the brain. And so I was going to all of her appointments as well because she didn't have the cognitive ability to go to the appointment and then come home and tell me what she had been told she needed to do for her healing, right? So I was going with her. 2 months after that, I was driving to Vancouver and my younger daughter got a concussion, and I got a phone call from the high school that saying she had a suspected concussion from grade 8 gym class. And I was like, really? Gym class? And in that moment, I looked out my windshield and up at the heavens and went, really? This is how you show me my new path? Please stop taking out my children. So now I'm going to both girls' appointments and learning everything I can about concussion and the brain, doing my own research, helping them heal, guiding them, reminding them to be doing things. And that was my next aha, is what do other people do that don't have a mom that isn't working full time to help support them through their healing? Because when you're the one in it, it's not a fun place to be. And you feel alone and you're the only one this is happening to. You feel like crap. You don't have the energy to figure it out for yourself. And sometimes when it comes to a concussion, for instance, you don't even have the cognitive ability to do that, right? So I realized people needed more support in trying to heal. And I was invited to work at a holistic clinic because it's a small town and people knew my story, and a lot of people have concussions here and a lot of people were reaching out to me for help. But I couldn't because I didn't have insurance. I couldn't get insurance because the insurance companies were like, well, you don't have any certification. We can't insure you. So I went back to school and I started my journey to become a health coach. And from the moment I found health coaching, I didn't even know that existed actually. I had thought maybe I should become a life coach. And that had been percolating in the back of my brain since I got let go, but it wasn't landing. And when I decided I needed to go back to school, I called a friend who was a life coach, and he said to me, you don't need to be a life coach. You need to be a health coach. And I was like, whoa, health coach, amazing. I don't even know what that is. I got to look into it. And I found an awesome school. I looked at a few different ones, one that really aligned with me, and I jumped in and have never looked back. And so I did my health coaching certification. I did do the add-on life coaching to that, some transformational mastery coaching as well. And through that school, I then learned about the Integrative Health Practitioner organization. And I knew that's what I wanted to do next. And this is a journey where I will never stop learning because no one person can know it all, right? So one thing leads me to another and to another. And so I absolutely love this ongoing research and continued learning because the more I learn, the more I can help my clients. So I jumped into doing my integrative health practitioner training, level 1 and level 2. And that now allows me to run functional medicine labs for people so that we can see what's truly going on inside the body. And these are labs that mainstream medicine doesn't have access to. And these labs can show food intolerances, inflammation levels, what's going on inside the gut. What, is it a leaky gut? Is there bacteria, mold, fungus, all of that? Mineral deficiencies, metal toxicities, hormone imbalances, cortisol imbalances, thyroid, vitamin D, insulin, so much information from just these labs that I offer. So when we understand where the body's imbalanced, we then can provide a personal wellness protocol to support the body to come back into balance, at which point it will heal itself. So it's a two-prong approach. First, I help people discover their toxic load with a quiz that I have. It's a free quiz, and I know you're going to drop that into the chat so that people can access that. And then we remove the toxins. And then phase 2 is let's run the labs, see where the deficiencies are, and support the body in coming back into balance. And you might wonder, why is the body deficient? Well, it's deficient because of high stress, poor sleep, poor nutrition are the 3 biggest factors. Stress burns through our vitamins and minerals, and the body gets depleted. When we're not sleeping well, we're impacting the health of our gut and its ability to absorb what we're putting into the body. And so these are all factors that result in us living way out here in modern life, and the body can't get back on its own because it's too depleted. So we support it in coming back, and then it heals itself, just like it does a broken leg or a cut finger. So it's been a 6-year journey, and I've loved every moment of it. Well, not the part where my kids got concussions, of course, but the good news is they both healed fully.
That's amazing. And this is something that I call that it's a perfect journey of turning your pain into a power. I mean, most of the time we are so stuck into our situation, and we are really got into sort of that trap or being in that victim mindset where it could have been like, because you were just asked to that you were let go, and they didn't even say anything, and it's so easy for anybody to be in that victim mindset. But it's like that there was this situation, and then there were a few events that happened, and you turned that into a power. And this is something which is very inspiring. And since you mentioned that now this is, you've done coaching for that. You got certified, and now you've made it into converted into a business. So I wanted to know that side of it too. That how was that experience running your own business? From working in the corporate sector to moving and having your own business. So how was that experience?
There's a lot of learning. It's interesting because I was even in sales and marketing before, but it was more on the sales side, not the marketing side. So there's been a lot of learning. So I've been investing in business coaching as well. I believe every coach needs a coach, right? Everybody needs a coach, not just coaches. We have coaches in our sporting life and our, exercise life, but often we forget to have coaches in other aspects of our life. So, I invested in a year-long business coaching program this last year, which I've just come to the end of. And that was really helpful because when I look back to where I was just over a year ago to now, I've learned so much from funnels and Facebook advertising and email sequences and all of these things that I knew other people did them, but I didn't know how to do them or what even software platform I could use to be doing them, etc. So there's been a lot of learning on the business side, as well as my continued learning on the health side. But again, I've loved every moment of it, and it doesn't feel like work, which is that wonderful thing is when you can find something that you love that doesn't feel like work and it brings you joy, then you can do it forever, right? And I am cognizant of trying not to wear too many hats as a solopreneur and having other people help me in the areas where I'm not skilled or it doesn't bring me passion and joy. My passion and joy is working with my clients, right? I do not love social media. It's not my thing. So I'm now, seeking help with that. I have some of it supported through my podcasting organization and looking for other support. And I have a VA that helps me with a lot of the administrative things, putting my newsletters together and my email sequences, etc. So we can't do this alone. We can't do our health alone, but I also can't run my business alone and have it be successful, right? So as it keeps growing, I will keep adding support to it so that I'm not getting so bogged down and burning myself out. Because if I do that, how can I help my clients, right? I need to walk my talk, and I need to look after me and make sure that I have the energy to be able to do that.
Yeah, I think that is very important, and I think there are some really golden nuggets out there that you just shared. I mean, like I really love that you said. I mean, it's very important to love and have and enjoy what you do. I mean, I personally define it in a way that I say, I mean, it has to be purposeful. I mean, I mean, if passion is without a purpose, I call it obsession. But yeah,
Right.
if your passion, if your purpose, they both combine, it's like it's something that you, at least for me, it's like, I mean, I don't feel like working when I know that I'm aligned with my purpose and I'm enjoying it. Yeah, I can totally relate to that. And the other important thing is, yes, it's very important to not wear all the hats, because when you're a solopreneur, it really does get overwhelming when you are wearing so many hats. So it's very important that you know that how and where you can delegate. And at times, this is so also, in my opinion, a sign of growth that I think you are ready to take your business to the next level where you are having other people do certain stuff for you. So it's like you're growing and you're helping others grow. So thank you for sharing all these nuggets.
Oh,
Um,
my
moving
pleasure.
on, you mentioned a bit about how and what kind of services you're offering to your clients. So can you? I mean, I understand. I'll be sharing the details of the quiz, but you have a program coming up. So can you please share more details about that?
I do have a program coming up, and it's called the Health Kickstart and Detox, a group program. It's a 4-week program starting on July the 6th. It runs live at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, and every session is recorded in case you can't make it live. And I do have a private Facebook group where we share and you can ask questions, and all the information's there. What this is about lowering your toxic load. So do that quiz. And on the last page, you will get a score and some information about whether your body is showing some signs of toxic overload or a lot of signs of toxic overload. Our world is very toxic today, unfortunately. And since World War II, we've had almost 100,000 man-made chemicals introduced into our world. And they're getting inside our body through our air, through our skin, through our food and hydration. And when it's our skin, it's in fact going straight into our bloodstream. It only takes 26 seconds to get into our bloodstream, and then our bloodstream can carry it up to our brain. Remember how I said my brain was toxic and I had those headaches as it was detoxing? Very, very common. And it's
Yeah.
really, really important to help our body get these toxins out. And many people say, oh, my liver does that. Yes, your liver is supposed to do that. But when your liver gets into a state of overwhelm because of this high toxic load, it can't keep doing it well. And we have a situation of our liver being overwhelmed as well as undernourished because our soils are nutrient deplete. And so we're not actually getting the vitamins and minerals that our liver needs to do its job really well in phase 2 of liver detoxification. And that is when it gets the toxins out of the body. So people's livers are getting bogged down. And as a result, it causes inflammation in the body. And then that inflammation can trigger cells to turn on disease. Nobody wants that. Nobody woke up this morning saying, yes, please, I hope I get diagnosed with a chronic illness today. And yet people are getting diagnosed today. So what I do is I help show
Exactly.
people how to clear their pathways, get the toxins out, and create an environment inside their body that is inhospitable to disease. And the tool that I use for that is a functional medicine liver detox that supports the body, nourishing the body through the program, supporting the liver and kidneys in particular. But it's something people can do in their everyday life. They don't have to take time off work to do this like some other detox programs require because they're so they're so strict and tough that it's actually depleting the body through the process. Yes, it's helping the body clear out the toxins, but it's not something that you can go about your daily life with. So my program allows you to go through your daily life with this. And what I do is in week 1, I set you up for success on this program, and I explain how it all works, and I provide recipes and meal plans and shopping lists, and the recipes are delicious. Week 2, we talk about nutrition. There's so many myths about nutrition out there and so many diet programs saying, you must do keto, you must do paleo, you must do this. What I do instead is teach you how to discover how to eat the right way for your body, because your body is unique. Your gut, your microbiome is unique as your fingerprints. And it goes back 4 generations on your mother's side. So the way your body wants to eat is triggered by your ancestry, right? And you don't just have to follow what everybody else is doing. Week 3, we talk about digestion, because if you're not digesting the food you're eating because your body's in a state of stress, or you have digestive issues, etc., and you don't understand how digestion works and how to turn it on, you're not getting the benefit of those vitamins and nutrients, and therefore the energy that you're looking for every time you eat. And the last week is all about sugar, because it's in everything. Let's kick the sugar out, right? And teaching people how to do that so that you're not having cravings as a result of going cold turkey. And then I do a bonus video for everyone in the group on how not to retox after your detox, so people can take all of these new healthy habits and use them in their everyday life moving forward. And I want people to know that I do believe in the 80-20 rule. So I'm not asking you to be perfect 100% of the time, because then you fall off and you go to 0. I'd rather you be good 80% of the time. And when you do that, your body can handle the 20% of the time when maybe you're eating food that isn't necessarily the best for your body, but that's okay, because 80% of the time you are. So I love teaching this program. People get so much out of it. And the most important thing is that they get this knowledge for life, right? They just have to learn it all once, and then they know how to move forward. And this is information that's not readily available through our school systems or public health systems. So it's information that I've learned through all of my training that I want to share with people, and I make it really doable so that people can be successful.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I have a couple of questions. Is it any based? I mean, this program, can people join from anywhere, or it's like, is it for any specific location?
So people have to buy the detox kit for the program. And so that detox kit is shipped to many countries around the world, but not everywhere. For instance, it isn't shipped to India or Pakistan, but it is shipped to, Canada, US, Australia, UK, across Europe mostly. So people in those regions can do it, but unfortunately they're not yet shipping to India and Pakistan, which is a shame, because some of the supporting capsules that we use, the supplements, are actually from Ayurvedic medicine, but we just don't have the rights to ship that back to India and Pakistan at this time. So one thing I would
be from North America, Australia, and UK, so I think at least they have they have those resources available.
Yes, absolutely they do. And one thing I would love to share is just simply that if you're waking up feeling fatigued, if you're suffering from brain fog, if you have unexplained weight gain, if you're needing a nap in the afternoon every day, if you have digestive issues, this is perfect for you, because the results that my clients frequently achieve on this program that they're so surprised about are things like crystal clear thinking, deep rejuvenating sleep, revitalized youthful energy, improved memory recall, weight loss that's happening naturally and effortlessly, as well as better digestion and bloating is eliminated, and lower inflammation levels, and even increased libido, right? These are all things people want, and we think we can't have them. We assume that the signs and symptoms and the way our body is talking to us are simply aging or genetics or allergies. But the reality is that they're very often your body just asking you to do something different. And when we get the toxins out, that will alleviate those symptoms. And that's why I start with a quiz, is to have people just have their own little aha of, oh, these are as a result of toxins, not a sign of aging.
Yeah. So I've shared the link of the quiz as well over here. But Melissa, because this is a non-clickable thing, people can see it. But we are streaming this live on Facebook on my profile. So after this interview, I would request you to please share all the links over there so that people who are watching this right now or even on the replay, they can connect. And also, if there's any contact details or how you want people to connect to you, please share all those details so that they can reach out to you and know more about this program. Because you answered that question, because what happens is that at times we we are not, we don't take action unless there's pain. So you very rightly mention all those signs that if you're waking up fatigued or you're feeling brain fog, and a couple more things, if you experience that, so I think this is that program that you need to explore. And I think taking this free quiz is the best option for you to know that. I think for our audience to know that if this is something they need. And can you, I think the only thing that I need to ask is, you did mention that there is a kit that they need to buy.
Yes.
So what else? The investment of this program, including the kit. Yeah.
So the program for the 4 weeks that I'm running and teaching, that's 397 Canadian dollars. And if you register before June 28th, you get 20% off. So don't delay, register before then to take advantage of those savings. And then the detox kit, you purchase directly online. And when I put the link in, you'll see that within the information there, how to do that. And it depends where you are, what country you're in. But in US dollars, the kit is $269. And then there's shipping and taxes on top of that, depending where you live, where in the world you're shipping it to.
Okay. Sounds like a good deal. So this is the link, I think,
yes,
where they can join
yes.
your group, or
Yes.
They can have all the information over there, right? Including the investment details and all the links, I think, on this page, right?
Yes, including how to buy the detox kit as well. Yes. And I just want to say to your point earlier, Liz, about, people have brain fog or, they're fatigued and they don't really do anything about it because it's, life is busy, right? But I love to say, listen when your body whispers so it doesn't have to yell at you, because this is your body asking you to do something differently. And if you don't, it's going to start creating more symptoms for you and more symptoms until it slows you down enough that you will do something differently. And so what I teach is detoxify the body. Let's create a body that's inhospitable to disease. We can't avoid the toxins, but we can absolutely lower our toxic load. Because I do it. In fact, I'm on day 6 of my detox program right now, and I do it every quarter because I want to follow my grandmother's path. And I was just on a high school reunion Zoom call before this, and we were talking, and 2 people mentioned people that they know that have recently been diagnosed with Alzheimer's and dementia. And one of them was 62, and the other one was only 55. I'm 53. I don't want in 2 years to have a diagnosis like that. So I'm doing all that I can to create an environment inside my body that is inhospitable to disease. And we can do that. We absolutely can do that. It's just not taught through mainstream medicine.
Yeah, exactly. I think we've had this conversation before as well. That I think the mainstream medicine, it focuses on solving one problem, but at times you're left with a couple more because of the effects of that. And I think I could relate more to it because I've had a similar journey when I lost weight 3 years ago. You're seeing what you see right now is 16 kgs lighter. So and a lot of it was, I won't go into the details of the program, but I understand because I really started questioning what we are eating, and a lot of time it's the carbs. They are very important, but at the same time, because I went through an experience where when I lowered that, I think I was still, I think, in my mid 20s when I had those high blood pressure, and when I was on the borderline of having this blood sugar, and just by controlling my carbs, it just came to normal level after 5 or 6 years. So first couple of years I took medicine, but then I stopped taking it, and I accepted the high blood pressure as my new reality. But when I did that, and I started focusing on what I'm eating, it really went into the normal level and everything. So I really believe in, at least if we cannot avoid toxin, we can at least manage it. So it's very important. So
And I
yeah,
love
thank
what
you
you
so much
did
for
as
sharing all.
Yeah, I love what you did as well. And it shows you that when we create an environment in which the body can heal, how quickly it does heal. We just have to create that healing environment.
Exactly, exactly. So those who are watching it right now, or those who will be watching this on replay, please connect to Melissa and at least take this quiz that we'll be sharing the link on this Facebook thread, and see, I mean, what sort of response you get or what sort of answers you get. And hopefully, I think, I mean, do you have this link available as well over there? You can have more details about the program and the kit. So I think I'm always amazed and in awe of the knowledge and the expertise that Melissa has. So I think do connect with her. I'm sure you learn tons and tons of stuff from her. Thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you
your
so
time
much
and
for
sharing.
having me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's been fun to do this together. And if people want to reach out, they can find me on my website at yourguidedhealthjourney.com or just email me at melissa@yourguidedhealthjourney.com if you have questions.
So what I'll do is after this live, I'll tag you on the post. I think I've already tagged you, but I'll tag you there, and you can share all these links over there as well, so that people
I will do
can
that right
go.
away.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much for your
you.
time. Yeah.
I appreciate it.
And to
Thank
our
you.
audience, we'll be back again next week with another amazing guest. So don't forget to tune in. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.